This is Shooting Up North, Indy edition with Lewis Carlin. And you better be listening, or else Covey Christ is going to find you in your sleep.
Hello and welcome to Shooting Up North Indy Edition. I am your host, Lewis Carlin. I am very excited today. I have a guy back that I haven't spoke to in a while. I've spoke to him on social media numerous times, but he hasn't been on the show in a while, and I'm very excited that he's back. Very happy to welcome one of my favorites, Covey Christ. Covey, welcome back to the show, my friend.
Lewis, it's great to be back, bud.
It's good to have you back, man. It's been, like I said, a very long time since I've had you on the show, and man, I couldn't be happier right now, man.
Same here, Lewis.
Same here.
Missed hearing your voice, bud.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I miss the voice. I know we speak on social media, but it's not the same. I want to hear the Covey Christ voice. It brings joy to my heart, man.
Fuck yeah.
All right, dude. So let me just start. I saw you post the other day about Bradford T. Barber. So I'll let you plug the guy. Tell me about the haircuts, dude.
Oh, dude, Bradford's amazing. So a couple of years ago at a local maritime show, I met Bradford. He popped by, just started doing haircuts for the guys. You could give him a couple of bucks before a show. You got your haircut. You looked good. You lined up. He's just a really good person. Like, we got along real well right off the bat. And he does it for Limitless Wrestling and Let's Wrestle down in the States. And we just became really good friends. And I was like, I'm really blessed that for whatever reason, Bradford likes me. And he gave me the little rub ski down south and got me into a few promotions down there because he likes me and puts my name out there, and that's real nice. And as far as his skills go, I've never had a haircut at a show, period, and I've never had a haircut better than Bradford's. So if you're looking for somebody to chat with at a wrestling show who loves wrestling and loves politics and loves people, he's the guy for you.
All right, there you go, man. And what's not to like about you, Cody? You said you're happy that he likes you. What's not to like about you, Cody? Everybody likes.
I'm a salty prick, Lewis. There's a lot not to like about me.
I disagree with that, but we'll move on. So Kaizen Pro Wrestling is back.
Yeah.
You must feel absolutely fantastic about that, man.
Oh yeah, every day, just vibing, bud, buzzing.
So how did the first show go? I mean, tell me about the first show back, and more importantly, tell me about your match with JP Sims, because I heard it was a fantastic one.
Yeah. So first show back was crazy. It was social distancing is a unique thing to have to experience for a wrestling show. Seeing people in the crowd with masks on, only being able to see just their eyes out there, getting muffled sounds out of people as opposed to boisterous screams. It's very different, but really cool in that we had it set up in a stadium seating style, so it felt kind of like I was over in the UK again, wrestling to a theater, and so that was really unique. I enjoyed that. As far as the match goes, JP's hyper talented. He's wrestled some of the best wrestlers in the world. He's gotten wins over guys like Chris Daniels and AJ Styles. He's been here for a long time, plugging away. He's perfected his art. He's a tough hombre. He's somebody who I didn't expect to have that hard of it. I've fought JP a few times in 3-way and 4-way matches, and I've come out victorious in those matches. But I'd never had to face him one-on-one, so that was a test, and I failed.
I heard you broke his arm though in the process.
Yeah, I haven't. I've had no medical reports shown to me. I haven't heard anything from JP. He hasn't returned my messages since. Like I messaged him afterwards to apologize. I feel pretty bad when things like that happen. Like I don't want to hurt my opponent.
Okay.
I don't like losing control of myself. I don't like snapping. I don't like regressing back into the person that I've been before. I don't like that feeling. So, um, yeah, I feel bad if he got hurt. Like I said, I haven't talked to him. Kaizen said that his arm is broken. The management at our promotion, but I hope not. He's got kids at home that he's got to play with, so I hope it's not broken.
Yeah, yeah,
I hope.
yeah. I hope he's
Yeah,
okay. Like I said, I heard the whole show was fantastic.
yeah.
When can we expect to see that show on IWTV? I know I had asked you about that online. You said you have like 8 cameras and there's a lot of editing involved. But is there an ETA when it's going to get to IWTV?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from our editor. I know that they were finishing off, I think it was the audio for things right now, because we also have the live play-by-play that we have to link in. And I think that was the last hump that they had to get over. So we should be up on IWTV in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome. I
Yeah,
can't
before the
wait for
next
that.
show for sure.
I can't wait to. I always check. Is it on yet? Is it on yet? Because I really want to see that show. I mean, I know you got I think 3 or 4 shows on there already, and they're all fantastic. Anybody that has IWTV, you got to check out Kaizen Pro Wrestling on IWTV. It's just fantastic, man.
It's a
So
different show, man. We just had that Cat Towers match, and that was amazing. We had I think it was 12 feet tall, a full cat tower, like
yeah,
the cat houses that they dig into. We had a litter
yeah,
box made out of a kiddie pool. Like it was ridiculous.
yeah. No, I can't. That's why, man. I like I say, I check every day, man. I can't wait for it to get onto IWTV. And hopefully one day, if I ever make enough money, I could buy a plane ticket and fly out there and see a show live.
Oh, Lewis,
But
you'll be put up front and center, buddy.
okay, man. Well, I'll if when I come out there, I'm gonna hold you to that, man. I want to
I
be front and
promise.
center. Actually, I want to be booked to do a run in if that's okay as well.
Oh, buddy, you're trying to get yourself booked now.
No,
Big
I'm
time,
just
Lewis flexing now, flexing. Buddy,
no. I
if you want to run in Lewis, I'm telling you, it's gonna be you and me in a match, buddy. That's what it's gonna be.
well, yeah, no. Well, I want to do a run in on Titus. That's what I want to do.
You want to get killed?
No, actually, I'll stay in my seat. I won't do any run-ins.
He's a terrifying man.
I know, man. You hold a victory over him at a past show, which was a great match. And
Well, super
speaking
lucky.
of Titus,
Yeah.
November 7th, the first Kaizen Pro Wrestling champion is going to be crowned.
Yeah.
It's you versus Titus versus JP Sims versus Kimba versus the winner of a 4-person scramble match. I think it's an elimination match, actually. How important is it for you to be the first Kaizen Pro Wrestling champion?
Yeah, that means everything to me, Lewis. Everything I've fought for in the Maritimes for the past 6 years, everything I've fought for in wrestling since I was 14, um, is I want to hold a promotional title. I want the weight on my shoulders. I want people lining up from around the world to face me for that belt. That's what I want. I want to be able to carry that belt on my shoulder and take it from coast to coast in Canada, in the United States, in Mexico, in Ireland, in the United Kingdom. I don't care where. I want to be able to take that belt with me and show people how good I am and how good the Maritimes is if I'm its representative.
That's great. Well, that's going to be a tremendous match. What can the fans expect in that match? And who do you think is going to be the fifth person in that match? I'm going with Jefferson James personally, but who do you think would be the fifth person in that match?
I mean, Madison Miles won the first scramble that we had at our first show, so I'd be hard pressed to think that Madison wouldn't take another win coming back. She's internationally traveled. She's one of our biggest superstars. She's a genius in a ring. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's got what it takes to beat her. So And if she makes it to the main event, I mean, she's right up there with JP, with Titus. That's stiff competition.
So in case anybody was wondering, I guess I should have mentioned the people involved in the scramble match. Madison Miles, Jefferson James, Chantel, and Chip Chambers are all in that scramble match, and the winner of that match will be the fifth person. And that in itself is going to be a fantastic match as well.
I agree.
Like I said, I got Jefferson James, man.
Yeah, his attitude change is remarkable.
Yeah, man.
Totally different wrestler.
Total, man. I mean, I've seen his promos. He's definitely changed, and I think the attitude change is gonna do him good in the ring. And like I said, he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna win the Kaizen Pro Wrestling title. Personally, I'm going with you because you're my guy. You've been my guy for a long time, so I'm picking you to be the. But you did lose to JP Sim, so that has to be in the back of your mind right now, man.
And he beat me with a roll up. Yeah. That bugs me so much, Lewis. He's known for one thing. One thing. He hits the simulator. It's just an ace crusher. If he hits that on you, he wins. He's won with that in the Maritimes for 14 years. I scouted it. I had it beat. I knew how to counter it. I had him beat. I broke his arm so he couldn't hit it. And he still beat me.
He still beat you. But it's okay. Don't worry, Covey. It's okay. You lose once in a while, but like I said, I think you're gonna walk away with that title.
I hate losing, Lewis. I hate it.
No, I understand. I know. But when you have that belt around your waist, I think you're gonna feel a whole lot better.
Yes, sir.
So in addition to the matches I've announced. And I hope I pronounced her name right, her last name right. CTV Morning Live's Anna Almeida. Is that correct? Almeida?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay, she makes her pro wrestling debut against Thad Harry Howitt. What are your thoughts on that? And are you training her, or who's training Anna for her first match?
Well, I'll keep it a secret who's training Anna, but I will tell you she has been. Imbued with the Kaizen Academy spirit. So if she's as tough as the rest of the Kaizen Academy students, then I don't think she's going to have too much of a hard time with that, let me tell you.
All right, well, that's something I think Howard's in for a tough match, and
I think
it'd be interesting to.
Yeah, I think he's expecting a walk in the park, and he's going to get a Hurricane Almeida, I'll tell you.
There you go. So I was reading that Kaizen has some big news coming up. Today's Sunday. You said you might have some big news coming up tomorrow. This podcast will probably be out after that big news is already announced. But are you allowed to give me a little hint on what might that big news might be? Or shall we wait till tomorrow?
No, we're keeping it close to the vest right now, but
okay.
Yeah, 2021 is going to be a huge year. Let's just say, Lewis. The branching out in 2021 is going to be big, bud.
Yeah, no, it's I hope when you say branching out, I hope that means you're gonna drive on. You guys are gonna drive on down here to Windsor, Ontario, and have a show. So let's just say the possibilities are limitless for us at this point. There you go, man. Look forward to seeing what that big news is tomorrow. I'll is there a time that you'll be announcing it so I could check in or?
No, I don't know the specific time. Our media representative will be taking care of that.
Okay, sounds good. Now it's no secret that you are part owner of Kaizen Pro Wrestling.
Yes,
so
sir.
I just want to ask, what would you say have been your biggest challenges running a professional wrestling promotion?
Biggest challenges so far. It was terrifying starting out and not understanding if there was going to be a market for the product that we were producing, because we do produce a slightly nerdier version of wrestling, so we weren't sure how that was going to be taken. So that was a little bit scary and daunting. It was putting down the finances necessary to start that venture properly and not start it looking um, like every other small promotion that had popped up. We wanted it to look polished. So that was a scary venture to start out into. I'd say the hardest thing, other than just the anxiety that gets created with it, is just the weird local politics that happens around wrestling promotions. Outside of that, and that's small, subtle, nuanced stuff, like nothing that makes you lose sleep or anything. Just outside of that, the who's booked and who's not booked and who's over and who's not over and why this person is over and who works harder and all those kind of like little subtle things that you never really thought of before. Those were a little bit, but nothing's been terrible. Like we've only been operating for a year now, and it's been relatively good.
And there are you and the 3 other owners. Just thinking, like, you guys get in a group before the shows, and you decide on who's going over, who's not coming over, and say you want say it's Holden Albright versus Titus, and you want Holden Albright to go over, but say Dave Boyce wants Titus to go over. Do you arm wrestle over who's gonna go over? How do you work out how do you work out the differences there, being a four-man team?
I'll tell you, if it came down to arm wrestling with our ownership group, I'd lose every one of our decisions. I'd lose terribly. No, it's we're really lucky that the 4 of us kind of have a similar outcome that we desire, and it's not the wins loss necessarily, or the that part of the show that we can debate about. It becomes more just like Dave has an idea, or Squish has an idea, or Brad has an idea, and we all kind of ping off of this. So it's never, I shouldn't say never, it's very rarely a no. It's mostly, well, here's the pros and cons of that idea, and then we weigh out the pros and cons against other pros and cons and come up with the one that seems to make the most sense for the most people.
Well, you guys are doing a fantastic job, because you're selling out. You sold out the first show back, I believe, and the second show sold out in a day, I believe, a day or two. It's just, you guys.
25 hours.
You guys are doing something right, man. You guys are definitely doing something right with Kaizen Pro.
We're really fortunate that people like the product. We're really fortunate that we've got IWTV and there's a lot of contact through Ontario and into the States because of the people that liked coming here to work for us. So we're just really fortunate. Everyone from, you mentioned Holden, Gabriel Fuerza, Alexia Nicole, Rip Bison, Perry Von Vicious, Zachary Pierre Belleville, everyone, Layla Hirsch, Masha Slamovich was going to be up here, Delmi Exo was going to be up here. The amount of people that have just done so much to help us out, it's remarkable, and they're all such good people on top of being such good wrestlers, and that makes our shows just way easier to deal with.
Absolutely, man. And you mentioned some really great talented wrestlers there. Are there any other wrestlers out there that you're looking at that you hope to bring to Kaizen Pro Wrestling in 2021?
Oh, Lewis, that list is way too long, bud. That's
I know. I've been talking to one. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead, buddy.
Go ahead, Lewis. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I was just saying, I've been talking to one guy who's a good friend of mine, and he would love to, be on a Kaizen Pro Wrestling show. I don't know. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Nick Sullivan, the natural Nick Sullivan.
And, Nick Sullivan, of course.
Yeah, we talk about Kaizen. So, he's a very talented wrestler. So maybe that's somebody maybe you could think about. But he's expressed an interest to me about Kaizen Pro Wrestling, and I hope I'm allowed to tell you this. I don't want him to catch me and then hit me with one of his suplexes for telling you this. But
buddy, you might get power bombed through the floor at that point. No, I'll give you up. So obviously regionally, like we have people we'd want to bring in from Ontario. There's between 10 and 15 people there, and Quebec, we've got a group from there. Maine, from Connecticut, from New York, from New Jersey, down to Florida. We've got carloads from all over the states. But I'll drop one name in particular, and that's Michael May.
Okay.
I would implore anybody that listens to this to look up Michael May. He's an Irish wrestler, and he is heads and tails the best person I have ever been in a wrestling ring with, ever. Outside of my trainers, obviously, and my school, I've never been in the ring with anyone who I felt was that style of wrestler. I think Michael May is going to be a superstar in the world. I think he's going to blow up. And I will do everything in my ability to make sure that young man gets over here and becomes a superstar in North America, because not only is he an amazing wrestler, he's just a fucking great person. Like, he is a beauty person, like heart and soul,
Okay.
good dude. I want to see him and Josh Alexander go to town on each other.
Okay, no,
That's what
I
I'll
think you did mention that name to me when you were on the UK tour, and I'm going to ask you about the UK tour
Yes, sir.
a little later on. But I did check him out, and you're right. The guy is Michael May, very, very, very talented. And I never thought of that. I think you're right. A match against Josh Alexander would be a fantastic match for Michael May. And speaking of Josh Alexander, when I spoke to him and we spoke about Kaizen Pro Wrestling, he initially thought that you were going to be his opponent and not Titus. Could we see Josh Alexander versus Covey Christ down the road?
I would love to. Nothing would make me happier than getting a chance to do battle with Josh. We're both trained by the same trainer, so a chance to get to battle against anyone who went through Johnny Devine as a trainer is a testament. So I'd love that chance.
Okay, well, one day. Looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing the main
Yeah.
event, Kaizen Pro Wrestling, Josh Alexander versus Covey Christ
Yeah,
for the Kaizen heavyweight title.
we were very happy to bring Josh in for Kaizen, and I'm myself and Josh, Squishy, and Brad, Chip, and Dave Boyce. All of us, we really like. If we're gonna bring somebody in, probably shouldn't be to just push ourselves. And Titus is one of the best wrestlers in our area for 15 years. So
Yep.
for him to have that match, that match looked like $1 million.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic match, absolute fantastic match. Alexander versus Titus. So the poster for November 7th is just absolutely amazing. I'm guessing Dave Boyce came up with that concept. Was I right? Is that right?
Yeah, right. He did.
Okay, there you go.
He's a huge Star Wars. So
yeah, no, I mean, and that poster is going to be for sale as well. I'm a little jealous. It's going to be for sale at the show, and I'd love to get my hands on one of those posters. Maybe if I send you some, I think $15 for the autograph poster. Maybe you could pull one out for me and send me a poster.
I promise. You just send Dave Boyce a link, a message, tell him that you want one, and I promise you, there's one coming out to you, Lewis.
Okay, I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done. As soon as we're done with this interview, I'm going to send a message to Dave, because I
Yes,
want
sir.
to put that up. I want to put that up in my wrestling room, man. That's a great poster, man.
Awesome.
So we touched upon a little earlier. So let's talk about the Kaizen Pro Wrestling Academy.
Yes, sir.
So how did that get started? And I'll start with that question. How did that the academy get started?
So just before COVID, a few people had approached me about training in the Maritimes. They didn't want to leave the area here to travel, so there was no options in the Halifax Regional Municipality area that I felt was worth somebody spending their time and money on. So I put myself out there to offer my services.
All right, and you have two students. I don't know how many students you have total, but I know there are two students that are actually starting to make names for themselves right now. Malik, is that correct? Maya Malik?
Yeah, it's
And
Mia Malek. Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, Mia Malek. I
Yeah.
apologize. I
Don't
apologize.
be sorry.
I'm glad I asked you because she's actually coming on the show next week, and I should know how to pronounce it to correctly pronounce her name. So and also she's the UCW Atlantic Canada champion,
Yes, sir.
and also Sam Shields.
Yes.
So you must be proud of these two. How proud are you of these two talents?
I have more fun watching them wrestle than I do wrestling myself, and and that's just a fucking cool feeling, bud. I feel like I'm 8 years old again watching pro wrestling. So every time I see them do a move, it's the first time I ever get to see that move done. So I get to pop, I get to get excited, I get to clap and scream along, and yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and Sam Shields was on the last Kaizen show, wasn't he? He debuted against Jefferson James. I heard that
Yeah.
match was pretty good as well.
It was remarkable. I was blown away by the kid. Way better than I thought he was going to do for his first match. Same with Mia. She's having just amazing matches. So I'm very proud of them both.
Now, did you ever think you were going to be a trainer? Did that ever while you were moving up the ranks in pro wrestling? Did you ever imagine yourself training people to actually do what you do?
Yeah, I train people in sports my whole life. So I've been a coach in
Okay.
hockey, in ultimate frisbee, and I'm very kinesthetically analytical. So I love watching human bodies move and can break down human movement pretty well. So I kind of figured that it would be something that I would end up in, and uh, and I just didn't expect it to happen this quickly. This was I would I would far prefer it if my training school were nearby and I could just send all of these people to go to my school that I trained at, and then I could just be partying at my school regularly. But the fact that there is no school like Can-Am Wrestling um, or like Tyson Dukes' Wrestling Factory or like what Rip Impact offers or there's no school like those here. So I was excited to offer something like that. Hopefully, even if I'm 1/10 as good as what is offered in Ontario right now, then I'm happy.
All right. So how does the future look for maritime wrestling? I know you're and actually before you answer that, how many students do you have in total? I know I mentioned two, but how many students do you have in total?
So two have just gotten the green light to take bookings and are still training. They're starting into their intermediate classes now, and I have five more students just about to begin beginners classes starting next month.
That's fantastic, man. See,
Yeah.
yeah, the word is spreading. Covey Christ is a excellent trainer, so everyone is jumping on board the Covey Christ training wagon.
Yeah, I'm pretty blessed. Like, I mean, even for the 3 years before I opened the school, guys like Jefferson James and Big T, Kimba, um, a lot of guys locally that I've worked with that have come out of other schools that would would consider me somebody that has helped them extensively with how they wrestle, and so they all gave me the kind of the Iggy, the support, the grasp, they gave me the desire to go forward with doing this and helping out others. So I'm really grateful for people like that. Really grateful to have those people in my life to support me in return.
All right, so then I'll ask the question now. How does the future look for maritime wrestling?
Um, that's an interesting one. I think the amount of wrestling talent in the Maritimes is remarkable and better than we've ever had. And if the Maritimes can learn to work together and shake hands and just have wrestling be wrestling, then I think maritime wrestling could be the greatest area in all of North America for wrestling. I think we have the talent pool to make it so.
All right, man. Cool. Um, so I heard you had a fantastic match against Guerrero Seiya recently. So tell me about that match, your thoughts on that match, and is there any way that I'll be able to actually see that match anywhere? I'm not sure if it's on YouTube yet, but yeah, tell me. We could talk about that match for a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm not sure when it will be available or where, but I can tell you I cried before and after the match. Um, I have always wanted to wrestle a luchador from Mexico my whole life since I was a kid, always. And I have wrestled luchadors from Ontario, from Quebec, from New Brunswick, from Nova Scotia, from the United States, from Spain, from Italy. I've wrestled luchadors from the United Kingdom and from Finland, but that was the first time I ever got to wrestle a luchador from Mexico, and so that was a remarkable moment for me. He is unbelievably talented and tougher than a $2 steak. Um, he fell 14 feet off the top rope onto a concrete floor and got right back up and kept wrestling. The kid is terrifyingly talented and has, I mean, if anyone in Canada wants an incredibly talented Mexican luchador on their roster, get in contact with Guerrero Seiya. He's amazing. Gear looks incredible too. He looks like a superhero.
So could we see him on a Kaizen Pro Wrestling show?
Yeah, he was just on our last show. He won.
Oh, okay, he was okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware of that. I apologize, but no, now you got to get that show up on IWTV even quicker, man. So
yes.
I could,
yeah,
you got to talk to the editor and speed up the process.
Match. And after our match in Moncton, he asked me again. He said, "I'd like to wrestle you again in the future. I would like another chance," and I of course accepted. Told him no matter what, I would like to wrestle that young man again.
All right, I look forward to that as well, man. You get that on. You could defend the Kaizen Pro Wrestling title against him on a future show.
Oh, buddy, that would be amazing. Maybe we'll take it down to Mexico.
Oh, that would be fantastic, man. That would be fantastic. Maybe I could tag along if you headed down to Mexico. Is that cool?
Buddy, I'll throw you in as my my check-in baggage.
Oh, thanks. Oh, cool, man.
You can fit in a backpack,
so
right?
tell me about. Yeah, no, I could. You could. I'll jump into the backpack, and you could. It'd have to be a tremendously large backpack if you want to get me in there. But hey, no.
That, we've met in person. Don't go overstating it. I'm pretty sure I can get you in a normal-sized backpack.
Whatever it takes, man. If for whatever it takes for me to tag along, if that's what I need to do, man, that's what I need to do. Stuff me in that backpack and just bring me along. All right, cool. So let's talk about the UK tour. I know it happened a while ago, and I don't think we spoke about it on the last show. I think it was happening. I think it hadn't happened yet. So let's talk about the UK tour. What were your favorite moments of that tour, and what is Gianni Valletta really like in person?
So I'll start with Gianni. Gianni Valletta is the scariest human being you will ever meet in your life. Ever. Okay. Period. I was 100% certain that man just like killed and ate things with his bare hands. He is terrifying. Very, very nice man. I got to tag team with him. I'm really fortunate that I was his tag team partner. I don't know if he understood that we were partners. I don't know if he really got what that meant. He threw me at my opponents, but huge, massive man. I worked out in the gym with him a few times, and he's terrifying. As far as the tour goes, was 55 matches in 35 days. I got to see everything from Wales, the tips of Scotland, all the way down to Weymouth. I got to spend weeks hanging out with Hall of Famers. Klondike Kate put me up in her house, which was remarkable to be in the home of arguably one of the greatest heels of all time. I got to travel with Mal Mason. I got to ride around with Filthy Phil Powers, who is one of the funniest human beings ever. If you want the best entrance music to ever listen to, it's Phil Powers. Let's get filthy! It's remarkable. The learning from Dean Allmark was crazy. Getting to wrestle James Mason was remarkable. I was in the ring with like dudes who were on NXT, people from Evolve Wrestling, people from every country that I could name. It was insane. The highlight was wrestling James Mason in Real Town Hall, and as I was bumping feed, I looked up and Johnny Saint was watching the match and had a smile on his face.
Wow.
And I immediately after that match ran to a bathroom to bawl my eyes out and hyperventilate a little bit that happened. So that was crazy.
Wow, man. So do you think when this pandemic finally ends, that you're gonna get another UK tour? Is that in the works?
I wish. The competition over there is strong. The amount of people that vie for those opportunities is huge. I'm blessed that I was ever given that opportunity once. And I mean, if I ever got to go back again, Lewis, I don't even know if it'd be possible, but I would love to.
Oh, well, why do you think it's not going to be possible, man? I think you're talented enough. You're well deserving. I think it's very possible, Covey.
Oh, it's just a plethora of talent that's out there, Lewis. If you get to do one UK tour, you probably lived a pretty amazing life in wrestling. If 14-year-old me, if I could talk to 14-year-old me and tell me that I actually get to go overseas and wrestle, I'd die right there. That'd be the end of me. I wouldn't know how to figure that out. I had to live the dream that I wanted to live, which is to spend 30 days as a professional wrestler traveling around the world. That's nuts. If I ever get a chance to do that again, be that the United Kingdom, China, Japan, Mexico, America, wherever, it's just icing on the cake. I could leave wrestling tomorrow and feel like I accomplished everything that I had to accomplish. I got a lot more that I want to work on,
So you mentioned Japan. Sorry, I'm going to bring up Gianni Valletta back for a second. Did you guys did he ever mention that you would be a good fit in All Japan Pro Wrestling at all? I know he's a big star in Japan.
Good Lord, no, God, no.
Okay.
All Japan Wrestling is a big boys promotion. Certainly not a place for a guy like me. But I did talk to a couple of people about the potentials for things like 0-1 or DDT Pro and stuff like that, because those are a little bit more accepting of people in my body size. I'm no heavyweight champion. I'm not 225.
Well, they do have a junior heavyweight division.
Yeah, they're all pretty beefy boys, though. I mean, Gianni Valletta's in their junior heavyweight division sometimes.
Okay, well, I wasn't aware of that, but
there was a really bad match graphic that came out just a few months ago where it was Gianni Valletta versus Red Scorpion in a light heavyweight title match, and I laughed. I was like, if that guy's a light heavyweight, I'm like a flyweight now.
Okay, well, I I I think you will see you in Japan one day. I think
Buddy,
whatever promotion it is.
yeah, if that ever happens, Lewis, buddy, I don't know what I'd do, bud. I don't know.
You'd have to stuff me in the backpack and take me to Japan as well. That's
Buddy,
what.
if anywhere I go, you're getting stuffed in the backpack, Lewis.
All right, cool. That's a deal, man. That's a deal.
I'm going to the grocery store again later on this week. You're getting stuffed in the backpack. We're picking you up some hummus.
There you go. Did you? Yeah, I was gonna say, did you get my hummus?
I got you the
pick up my hummus? Okay, awesome. Just ship it out to me with the poster.
Exactly.
Last question, man, and then I'll let you plug whatever you want. So, what are the goals for 2021 and beyond for Covey Christ?
My goals in wrestling going forward is just to get better, to become the best pro wrestler that I can, to pay homage to the people who have trained me and put their time and effort into me, to make proud the people who trained me. I would love to work for Impact Wrestling. I would adore getting an opportunity to work for my trainer in Scott. I would love to be able to work in Mexico and in Japan. Those are like main goals for myself. Those are my selfish goals. For the school, I would like to produce a series of wrestlers that are going to do better than me, are going to go further than me, and are going to have better matches than I ever could have dreamed of ever having. I would like to produce a series of artists that are building on the lexicon of professional wrestling. And as for Kaizen as a promotion, I would just love us to be able to be broadcasting as much as possible, to be able to get noticed by as many people, and to be able to help people locally through that exposure be able to live their dreams as well.
All right, cool. And I would love to see you in Impact Wrestling. And I told you I have my Impact Wrestling podcast. I mentioned that you would be a great fit on the show for Impact Wrestling. And I definitely could see it happening, man. I could definitely see you in the X Division, going after that X Division title, man.
I'm telling you, Covey Diener.
There we go. You could be one of the Dieners. You would fit right in, man.
Telling
you would fit right in.
They need an X Division Diener, and I'm there.
There you go, man. There you go. I didn't think about that, but I think that would be a great idea, man. Covey, we got Covey Diener, the X Division champion. That'd be fantastic. They could bring in they could bring Wheels back as well. I don't know if you saw the episode of Wheels.
Of course.
They could bring they could be a 4-man group. Wheels, Covey, Cody, and Jake.
Super heavyweights, junior heavyweights, X Division wrestlers. The Diener crew would be set.
There you go, Scott Demore. If you're listening, you gotta. This is an idea you need to run with.
Come on, Scott. You love me.
There you go. All right, dude. So I know we spoke about the show coming up. So if you have anything you want to plug, any other shows, and I know you have plenty of merchandise. We didn't talk about Ring Loyals. I'm sure you got plenty of Ring Loyals merchandise as well that you want to plug. But whatever you want to plug, man, it's all yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're doing a pretty good job for me, Lewis. Everybody check out Ring Loyals on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think our webpage is back up. Check us out. Pick up some sweet swag. We got new t-shirt designs coming out soon. New stuff to drop. New products, new merch. Check out Kaizen Pro Wrestling on all social medias. We've got newsletters, we've got trading cards, we've got sweaters, we've got t-shirts, we've got our amazing matches up on IWTV. You get to see things like Home Alone matches and giant human cat tower matches, as well as amazing professional wrestling. Check out Covey Christ, obviously, on social media. Pick up my merch. It's awesome and one of a kind, and I promise nothing feels better on your body. It's like having a hug from me. And as Lewis can attest to, I am the greatest hugger in pro wrestling.
Absolutely. I remember that Covey Christ hug very well.
Buddy, people remember it for life. Pick up my shirt, and it's like you got a hug from me. And if we meet in person, the hug is like a side of the shirt. If I see you with a shirt on, you get a free hug.
There you go, man. All right, cool. So, and like I've said, you definitely want to get a hug from Covey Christ. It's just a warm feeling that you just never want it to end when he has his arms wrapped around you, man.
It's true. I'm a creepy bastard like that.
All right, man. Hey, Covey, man. It's always a pleasure having you on. And dude, we got to do this a lot more. We can't wait. You know, I think it's been over a year since you've been on the podcast, but we need to cut down the wait time because I get a little impatient. I get a little frustrated if I can't talk to Covey Christ. I start becoming an angry individual. So we can't wait. We can't wait. We can't wait as that long. We got to do this more often, man. If that's cool with you.
I agree, brother. We'll drop back in on each other more often.
All right, cool, man. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. Like I said, always a pleasure, and I wish nothing but the best for you, for your career, for Kaizen Pro Wrestling, for Ring Loyals, and anything you do, man. As you know, I've been a fan ever since you peeked your head out from behind Ronnie Broom on Wrestle Center,
Yes,
and it's always a pleasure, man. And whatever you set your mind on, man, you're gonna be successful. You're gonna be in X Division. There's gonna be Covey Diener. You're gonna have the X Division title. You're gonna have nothing but tremendous success, man.
Thank you so much, Lewis, man. Thank you.
And I hope that earned me another hug, man.
Oh, dude, you got a lifetime supply, bud.
There you go, man. Oh, awesome. Lifetime supply of hugs and how about a lifetime supply of hummus as well? We could put them together.
Oh, we're down, buddy.
All right, my friend.
Just
Thank you so much again.
Consider me Covey Carlin.
There you go, man. There you go. I was gonna say I'll be Lewis. I could be Lewis Christ. So there you go.
Buddy, I like it.
All right, man. So this has been Shooting Up North in the edition. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. Again, want to thank my guest and my friend Covey Christ for joining me again today. And until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.